everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a quick video showing you guys basically my updated eyebrow routine. I've shown you guys how I do my eyebrows before, and to be honest, they do change as the seasons go on. You guys have been requesting an updated eyebrow routine because my old one was quite different. This one is very simple. I literally use like 3 products. The technique is relatively different, not super different, but it is quite different. The shape is different, so I thought I'd do an updated perfect eyebrow routine video. I do understand that this isn't the eyebrow style that everyone likes to go for, but because this was requested, I did really want to create this for you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, big thumbs up if you want to see more videos about eyebrows, and also comment down below and let me know what eyebrow style you guys have been loving lately. But for now, let's get on into this eyebrow tutorial. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is brushing my hairs upwards, because what I want to do is see very clearly the shape that I want to create on the bottom part of my brow. So what I'm going to be doing is just starting on the very inner corner and just taking it in a straight line. This is kind of how my brow differs. I start a lot more closer inwards towards sort of the space in between my eyebrows, and also the shape is a lot straighter rather than it being curved. And the sort of method that I like to use to apply my eyebrow pencil is in stroking motions. This kind of mimics the look of hair, and I personally really like the way that this looks. I also like to go back and forth between the actual pencil that I'm using and then the other side of the pencil, which is a little spoolie brush, and this just really helps to keep all of my hairs in order, and it also makes everything look a lot more natural and blended in. Again, I'm using lots of flicking motions to create those hairs on the very inner corner of my brow, and it looks really nice, very natural and like natural hair. The key to this method is to do it slow and steady. This still doesn't take a very long time to do in my opinion, it's just you don't rush with it, you don't press too hard. And when it comes to creating that arch shape, I like to keep it relatively straight, nothing too over the top and sort of pointy. And I like to press a little bit harder on this area because I really like to define my arch, just because I feel like this really lifts the face. But as you can see, the shape is still quite straight. I don't want it to look like it's arching upwards. And from this point, I will continue to draw those strokes through the brow and just make it look as dark as I like. To be honest with you, it depends how I'm feeling each day, depending on how the rest of my makeup is. If I'm feeling like I want it to be really dark, I'll just keep going. I'll sometimes use a dip brow pomade, but sometimes I do like to keep it quite natural as well. I would say that this is probably more on the dramatic side, but it's still not super dark because you can still see like my natural brow hairs through. Although I do make it quite a bit darker on that arch area and leave it quite light on the inner corner to create almost a fading effect, which I feel looks super natural. Next, I'm taking some clear brow gel, which for me is an essential. Not only does this give the brow a really nice amount of texture, but it makes it stay in place all day, which is super necessary, especially if you have curly brow hairs like me. Mine just like to kind of turn downwards throughout the day, so this one is amazing. This one's from Benefit and it's my new favorite. So I do put a generous amount through, especially on that inner corner, because those hairs tend to not stay up. And then the final product I'll be using is just some concealer underneath the brow, because I personally feel like this just perfects that area. I don't always do this. If I'm going for more of a natural look and I want it to look a little bit more messy, I'll leave this. But if I'm going for something more polished like this, I feel like concealer just really adds that little bit of extra highlight and lift under the brow. And then finally, because I can see how the brow looks, I can just go in and just add any touch-ups. For example, I'll just add a little bit of extra around the arch area, make sure everything looks nice and blended, make sure I'm happy with the shape, and once that's done, I'm pretty much done with the brows. So guys, this is a comparison and finished look of how the brow looks with and without any eyebrow makeup on. As you can see, it makes such a difference. When I apply a very small amount of product, I can get my brows looking very similar, but just not as intense. But this is kind of the brow look that I like to go for when I'm going for something more intense, when I have a full face of makeup on. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and like this video, and I'll see you all in my next video. Take care guys, bye!